Hey guys, welcome back to today's video. If you don't know me, my name is Duhamel Bentley, and today, baby, we're talking about Sephora's VIB sale, I think it is. You know, listen, I love a good sale, girl, but with doing reviews for you guys, a lot of the times I don't look forward to sales, if that makes any sense. I mean, I look forward to a sale, but I look more forward to the release versus the sale because, of course, I gotta try my best to get you guys the freshest products. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. And today we're gonna be talking a little bit about Sephora and Sephora lip brand.
Sephora collection.
Sephora collection. And girl, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Hit the thumbs up. It helps my poor lips that are gonna go through it today. And yeah. Binge watch, it's a thing. So let's start.
So that I wanted to...
hold on, I'm introducing him. I have Felipe Bentley / he doesn't want to be, but he is in the background. Say hello, Mr. Felipe.
So, hi, how are you guys? Hope you guys like the video. So in today's video, I actually wanted to implement something that he's not aware. Today, I actually was reading this magazine. This is still the month of April.
What happened?
And I'm a huge fan of Mary Claire, and also Glamour magazine.
Is it Claire or Clary?
Claire. And then this
What's
month,
going on?
In this month, we have an interview that they did over.
Is it about us? Okay.
Kristen Bell. And we follow her. She's cool.
She's cool.
But I was reading the questions, and due to recent exposure and events in our personal lives, I think it's while he applies and tells some of the products by Sephora collection, it is very interesting for us to ask him the 17 questions while he does that in a rush.
Oh wow, okay. So really quick, let's start off with a lip liner. Girl, you can never go wrong with a lip liner. It just makes you look more festive, your lips look more enhanced, more beautiful. It just helps wear any color of the spectrum. Felipe chose all of these beautiful shades.
I did.
And I'm very grateful because he's actually my color guru. He's always picking out the most beautiful shades, the most beautiful eyeshadows for me.
Yes.
So the first one that I have here is Sink or Suede. This is more of like a mauve-y type of lip liner. It's like definitely a really creamy brownie.
Lips.
I want to swatch really quick. It's like a little creamy brownie, but it's very cool toned, almost in the mauve family. And again, this is gonna be called the Silk and Suede, or Suede, number 28. So if you guys like it, you know which one it is. I'm gonna put my little mirror here so I can overdraw my babies.
While he applies that, I'm actually gonna ask him. Your answer should be in a sentence. If you don't have any idea, I'll give you what Kristen Bell said on her interview as a guide. But it could be a long sentence or a short sentence, or it could be up to 2 sentences if you wanted to. But like the short is the best. You know what I mean? So the first question.
Keep it clean.
Yes. And the first question is, what is your definition of Mental Health Day?
Mental Health Day. My definition of Mental Health Day would have to be feeling like you're letting go and regaining strength, whether it may be by going to the beach or spending time with your loved one in an area. Like, for example, my mental health, I think anytime we have the best time just exploring and connecting, that just makes me feel so blessed. And that would be my definition of a mental health day.
While you apply that liner, my next question is, how do you unwind? Looks beautiful, but how do you like to unwind?
Thank you. So, how do I like to unwind? We love to watch movies. I definitely love to watch a lot of comedy shows, comedy TV. Felipe is not the biggest fan of comedy movies and things like that. But whenever we watch a good one, like
Tuckers?
That's a good one, but a really good one too. It's Bridesmaids. We always laugh. Or I love White Chicks. It's one of my favorite. Overall, absolutely love it. So I definitely think a good wind down is eating good food and definitely watching a good movie.
While you finish applying that liner, think about this one. what is a happy place for you? It
Girl.
doesn't mean to be an actual place, it could be a mental place, or it could be something that you do. Like, what is your happy place?
Well, as of 2019 and 2020, Disneyland or Disney World was such a wonderful experience. It was such a happy environment, such a happy place. So it has a really, really warm, innocent place in my heart. But I think also a happy place would be like nature. I love nature, whether it's just different experiences with like the woods or like the ocean. Like those are very much so my happy places.
Okay. How's the liner doing?
It's good. So, like, again, this is a very mauve-y, very nude type of liner. I am an earth sign. We're going to be talking a little bit about horoscopes because we have some shades that are horoscoped oriented. So, by nature, I'm an earth sign. And one of the things I love, and the reason I think I love California so much, it's that you have literally everything. You have the snow, the desert, you have the ocean, you have the mountains, you have the forests. Like, girl. Hello, Taurus says, "Hey babies, where you at, girl?"
So, what are you gonna play later?
So, this is very Kim K, don't you think?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I'm just lighting my lips so you guys can see it. Very comfortable. Goes on very quickly. Like I said, it's just a little bit of more of a mauve tone. I'm gonna go and I'm going to pair it up with...
When he finds his best pair, I'm gonna give him the next question. On a good day, you deal with rejection by?
I deal with rejection by...
Yelling at people, could be brushing it off, walking away.
Oh, how do I deal with rejection?
Yeah, just finish that.
Well, to be quite honest with you, the best way I find of dealing with rejection a lot of the times is to better myself. I'm a very competitive person, and whatever it is that I do, I want to do my best. I don't want to compete against anybody except for myself. I want to be the best me I can be. We're all different, and we all bring different things to the table.
And on a bad day, how do you deal with rejection?
I guess I talk to you. Do I? What did you think? Is that the best?
I don't know. You tell me.
I think I think I either talk to you or I just relax. I just relax at home. I'm a very introverted person in that aspect. I'm just like, all right. So what I'm going to do, because I can't pick and choose, I'm actually going to do one on the top and one on the bottom. So the one that we're going to do on the top is 72 made in Italy.
All right.
Yes, girl.
All right, Cardi B.
Ciao. Como, I don't know.
Okay, so the next question is, the not so great coping mechanism you had to abandon was?
It tickles my lips. Could I please hear the question again?
The not so great coping mechanism you had to abandon was?
The not so great coping mechanism that I had to abandon was...
And you can let Kristen Bell respond if you don't know this one.
Listen, I feel like that I had to let go was expectations. Jumping to the gun on expectations. I'm a person that definitely has a lot of different expectations. I give myself fully in a friendship, a relationship. Like, that's just the type of person that I am. So letting go of expectations definitely was something that I would say it's the answer to this question. I will say, made in Italy is looking gorge, honey.
You like it?
I love
Looks
it.
beautiful. Looks like a Kim Kardashian kind of lipstick. The next question is, when you're being pulled in many directions,
I pull my hair.
Perfect. Just
Very
look at
true.
that. The next question is, to calm down, the workout I would turn to is?
Running.
Okay. The next question is, you have to finish a sentence, every day to help me feel grounded. Every day to help me keep help me feel grounded.
So
Beautiful colors.
this shade on the bottom here, this is the lip liner. This bottom here is made in Italy.
Let me see
Honestly,
Italy.
it's on the
Looks
top.
gorgeous.
It is beautiful.
I know, I always make such a great
I love you
selections.
do, you nasty little bee. Yes, girl. It's just like, it's very earthy, very beautiful. Now, the next shade I'm going to go on the bottom with is, are they both the same?
No.
Oh, it's also says it's made in Italy. So it's not the name, it's the actual, it's made in Italy. So the top one is 72. That's crazy. And then the bottom one is going to be 77. Oh my God, I was like, hold up, wait.
Do you have a response on the question, on the sentence?
I'm sorry.
I, every day to help me feel grounded.
I look at my surroundings and I say, thank you for having what I have, and just being very open to being grateful for the little or the very much. So like, we all wish we had the best of the best, the most expensive everything, right? But like, sometimes that's just not a reality, and we have to be grateful for what we have.
When you can't sleep, you?
Girl, I think a lot, and I'm on my phone.
And you're what?
And I'm on my phone.
This is more like a glossy kind of lipstick.
It's gonna dry down matte. Now, 77 is looking a little bit more
Brown?
warm, right?
Yeah.
Has a little bit more like creaminess to it.
Remember, don't mix them until so we can see the difference. Number 10 is, if you're stressed before bed, you.
Can't sleep.
If you're stressed when you wake up, you.
I can't breathe.
Number 11, when my partner, kid, family is driving me crazy, I.
Scream.
Number 12, the one person I know I can always be myself with is.
Mr. Felipe.
Thank you. I feel humble, and I feel, I don't even know how to express myself, but I feel in a certain type of way, but I feel very special. Okay, so the next one is, I feel the most confident when. Could be when you apply makeup, when you put on lipstick, when you play with makeup, when you're cooking. So
It depends on what type of confidence I'm looking for, but definitely when I put my lashes on, that's when I feel the baddest, if we're talking about makeup.
Yeah.
But in general,
You want to know what's Kristen Bell's answer?
yeah.
What is your answer, Kristen Bell? Kristen Bell. She says, when I feel the most confident when I put on lipstick. Number 14. When negative self-talk is filling in my head, I reset by.
Resting. I think when I sleep, it resets.
I think her answer is funny. When negative self-talk is filling my head, I reason by reading the news because it's always going to be worse than what's in my head.
Alright guys, so before we continue, as you can see here, I have 77 on the bottom. 77 is going to be a little bit more earthy. I think definitely the 72, I believe it was. Yeah, 72. It's more in the cool family. We have the swatch here. Let me swatch 77 for you. Now these guys have a very soft fragrance. I kind of really enjoy it, and please excuse my lips are a little bit dry. But I mean, I love this formula because it doesn't really feel uncomfortable on the lips, and I mean the colors, they actually work well together, I think, you right? They're not that different. I think one's more just milk chocolate and the other one's more a little bit like
Nude.
More
I feel
mauve.
like I like the one on top better.
You like the top?
Yeah. The next question is, the best piece of advice my therapist has given me is. Could be your partner, could be someone who you really care for your.
Well, to be
mental
honest
health.
with you, not to disrespect the wonderful work that a lot of therapists do, but I tried going to a couple of sessions, and I don't know if my expectation was just incorrect, and as I was speaking to her, I would realize more things about me than her giving me answers. And I just felt like it was kind of silly for me to like sit there and complain to someone. I'm not, even though I complain a lot, I don't like to like complain to strangers about some things that I just don't think they can fix.
I think that's the main purpose of a therapist.
You think so?
Yeah, that's it. I know it's your time, but I just wanted to interrupt a little bit. You know, when I had a lot of graphene in my life, and I've talked to you about this, I had to go to therapy, and she would always ask me, "Hey, Felipe, how are you?" And she would always sit on the other side of the corner, and I would sit on the other side, or we would sit across from each other. And all I can remember is she was so gorgeous physically, but emotionally, she would always ask me, "How are you doing?" And that was like kind of like, you know, "How are you doing today?" Or what's been up this, you know, last week? Because I would see her every week, and she would ask me questions, and I would start like literally talking about every single day or every single thing that was running through my head, how I was feeling, you know, all this stuff. And she would ask me, "Do you think that's healthy? Or how did that make you feel?" So I would definitely respond back to myself, and that would make me feel more aware of everything that was happening, and that helped me fix a lot of bad behaviors that I had at the moment, and that helped me release, because I just didn't have anyone to talk to, and also because it helped me understand myself better.
I feel like this is a very lonely world, especially like the United States. We come from cultures, both Puerto Rican and then Mexican. We come from cultures where our neighbors are really involved in the community. And I think in the United States, you barely even see your neighbor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a very lonely place sometimes.
And even if you see them, like, you don't care for them. And, you know, a lot of bad experiences happen in the world. But before, there's only 17 questions, and I'm ready for the next one. Let me know if you're ready.
I'm ready.
So, the best piece of advice, because I don't think you gave me an answer for that one. The best piece of advice for a therapist given you, what was it? Or someone who you believe, someone who really cared for you. It could be your mother, your partner, a friend of yours, a co-worker, someone who it really helps you in life. If you want me, I can give you what Kristen Bell's answer was.
Okay, give me
She said, "The best piece of advice my therapist has given me is do something nice today and don't get caught."
Just sweet. I guess a really good piece of advice someone gave me that I just don't think I'll forget is careful when you take your shirt off your back, because when you might need it, some people just might not be able to or want to give it back or lend you a shirt. So beware, be careful. Just because you can doesn't mean you have to. So yeah.
Kind of like careful when you're lending a hand, because when you need it, no one will be there to support you.
And girl, let's be honest here, you know, we do things selflessly. But if we're here, you know, open and we're helping friends at a time and point of necessity, I mean, don't lie to yourself and say, "No, I don't do things, you know, for blah, blah, blah." Girl, you're gonna want that person to be there to support you equally as you supported them.
Person.
Yeah, of course. That's just like, if you're saying something else, girl, you're lying to yourself.
Are you gonna continue with that lipstick?
I gotta remove it. I need makeup remover. I need a makeup remover.
While I go ahead and get the makeup remover, tell me, the TV show I watch to distress is, and why?
The TV show I watch to de-stress. RuPaul is fun. I think that's a good one. I think that it just brings me so much joy. It's funny. Some queens look incredible. Some definitely have amazing personalities. I think that's a good one, RuPaul. I love their message behind a lot of their intentions, and that's kind of like the environment in person that I like to create. I like to say things with intention. I just don't want to just talk out of my butt and not be genuine. So thank you. So definitely, I think at the moment, RuPaul Drag Race. Oh my gosh.
There's something going on in the background. Last but not least, while you go ahead and remove your
Those are 17?
There's only 17. My mental health mantra is...
Don't be afraid to use the scissors, honey. If someone's toxic, Don't feel bad.
Be upfront.
Be
Be honest
upfront,
to yourself.
Be honest to yourself. You don't have to go on a rambunctious back and forth with anybody. Be honest with yourself, and like be truthful, and be open to lose, because sometimes we're so scared of losing a friend or a parent, a job, but sometimes it's necessary to let that go, and it might hurt in the moment, but you just have to listen to your inner voice, right? You have to listen to your inner self, because it might hurt now, but you're making the best decision for your sanity and your health, and your entire life.
And I think it's fair to say that once it happens once, it may happen in the future. So you do
be
have
careful
to
with
listen.
forgiving.
Yeah, and also be aware of of your feelings, of your sex sense. Sex.
Oh, I was like, girl, what are we talking about? What about you? Read the questions and answer them.
Oh, okay, all right.
Well, hold on. I can't read and put on lipstick, can I?
No, you cannot. So it says, my definition of a mental health day is. I don't know if I can comprehend the full question, but I want to say live every day to the fullest and don't jump. And I always do this.
Well, they're asking like if you were to have a day where you said, you know what, F it, I'm gonna do something to like rekindle my life, feel like I have things under control, that I'm enjoying my life, that I'm just not working to or live for work, you know what I'm saying? Like what do you do that makes you feel back to like, all right, okay.
I think that living my everyday to the fullest. The second one is I unwind by, if I were 10 years ago, I would definitely say I would read books because I would read a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But today in my daily life, I say I unwind by from watching YouTube videos from like Exposed, or
It's fun.
or just like having a good. I think I unwind the most when I'm at when I feel not my lonelies, when I feel that the world it's time for me to close my eyes literally, and all I have to say is like talk to you. Like that is how I unwind, like laying down in bed, talking to you at night before I sleep. And
that's fun, yeah. That's a good time. Before you continue, sorry. So I have swatched the new shade here. As you can see, this is going to be more of like a rose type of tone. This is number 14.
I can't wait to see it.
This is also made in Italy. It's almost like a vintage rose.
Show us.
Purple, like it's a vibe. It's a vibe. I'm not going to line my lips for this one just because, you know.
So the next question is, my happy place is when I just sit on the couch and play video games. That is my happy place because I'm right next to you and I play video games. So when I watch you playing video games, that's like the happiest place ever. Like I love playing. I love watching you play Tomb Raider from the Chamba, and I love that. Like that's my happiest place. The next question is, on a good day, I deal with rejection by brushing it off, and on a bad day, I deal with rejection by complaining and making sure I'm making myself clear of everything that I had to deal with. That's how I think I feel.
I was shocked. Oh my God, I'm sorry.
So the next question is, the not so great coping mechanism I had to abandon is, I don't know. I don't really understand the question, and when I read her answer, it's kind of like, so Kristen Bell's answer is, the not so great coping mechanism I had to abandon is crying. Good crying is a great release. Sad crying, I actually have to put a time limit on myself. I feel a lot. Okay, I think I can understand it now. The not so great coping mechanism I had to do was Fearing.
What was it?
Fearing. I would use my inner fears to embrace and become brave. I think that was my coping mechanism.
That you need to let go?
Yeah. Fearing to lose somebody, fearing to change something in my life, fearing to move away, all those things.
That's so crazy because I just have never imagined you to be scared of that. By the way, this is looking very classic, very beautiful.
It looks beautiful.
Thank you. I feel like I just became a madame of some sort. So, there it is. This is, again, number 14. Just very vintage. I think this is a very vintage type of
How do you like the lipsticks?
plum. I've had my number 01 from Sephora. It's this beautiful, beautiful red. It's actually one of my favorite reds.
Your favorite ones of them all.
Like every single time I think of that, I absolutely love it. But I don't love their formula. I feel like their formula is just like a little too liquidy, and then it's just like it feels like they were like the first people to launch a liquid lip and then just never really fixed or tweaked their formula to make it iconic. That's kind of like my thought. What about you?
My next question is, when I'm being pulled in many directions, my first reaction is to stress out and feel uncomfortable and probably
You get anxious?
I have a lot of it. I think it started in 2020 because of the pandemic. I started developing a very anxiety, I became more anxious. Now I have to deal with a lot of breathing exercises because my doctor wants to put me on Xanax. And I'm like, no, I don't want any Xanax. I'm okay. I don't want more medicine myself. And it says here, number 7, to calm down, the workout I turn is, I would definitely say stretching. Laying down on the floor and the mat that we have for yoga and just literally stretch out. That would be the best ways for
That sounds nice too.
Yeah. And then the next one is every day to help me feel grounded. I clean the dishes to make me grounded.
Really?
Yeah, that makes me feel like, okay, I'm at home. I know I have my duties to do, you know what I'm saying?
I hate cleaning dishes.
I know, me too. That's why I think it's that for me. When I can't sleep, I take 2 melatonin and go to sleep. Number 10, which is similar to her because she said, when I can't sleep, I take a Hello Bello sleep gummy. Number 10, if I'm stressed before bed, and I feel like in this one, I also agree with her. She said, if I'm stressed before bed, I vent to my husband because I don't want those thoughts or feelings seeping into my dreams or nightmares. If I'm stressed when I wake up, I meditate. I think I kind of do the same thing. Like I vent to you all the time at night, and then I think about random stuff, and I always ask you to turn on the phone because you're always on the phone watching TikTok, and I'm like, really, girl? Like it's time to go to sleep.
Just hits the spot, honey, before you go to bed.
And when I wake up,
Wake up.
When I wake up, I usually analyze my life. I meditate, but I also organize my life. Like, why do I want to do this? We can go ahead and do this. And it's like I start working a lot of the times. Because a lot of the times I ask you, what do you want to do? And it feels like you're always relying on me.
I am. It's funny because, here's the thing. As a Taurus, which we're getting into the horoscope shades, that's why I'm bringing it. Felipe is a Leo, and we have the Leo lipstick. This is going to be a generous, creative, and proud shade. And I must tell you that this is shade 93 Leo. It's a matte shade. And I definitely think this describes you as a person. I think you're definitely generous. You're very creative. You have the craziest ideas, and they work always. I'm just like, how? You're so creative, and you're very proud. So, very true. And I was gonna say, as a Taurus,
let me know what it says.
I rely, like, you know, a Taurus can have, like I say, we can have, we can either be very, very dominant, or we can also sit back and relax, right? And I feel like I trust you so much that I trust that you're going to make the best decisions. You know me so well, so I definitely rely a lot on Mr. Felipe to make decisions.
So the next question is, when my partner is driving me crazy, I personally get offended by every single thing, every single movement, every single eye look that you give me, and I put myself in front of you to avoid that you're running away. So I want to make sure that everything is clear right at the moment, to make sure that I fix the issues at the moment. So that's what I do when you drive me crazy.
This is a really cute bullet. It says matte engraved. I hope you guys can pick this up. You can see a little bit there. It's actually really beautiful, but I was trying it, and I don't believe. Let me not have the swatch be so with the lipstick protruding out. But I don't believe this is a matte. Like, this is so shiny. You guys can see the sheen there. And I'm very bothered by when, like, lipsticks are called a matte and they're not. Girl, it frustrates me. But again, this is the Leo, number 93.
So I'm gonna give you a liner in case you want a liner.
You think so?
Yeah, sure. We're gonna do the Morphe Fashionista. I don't think you've tried it before.
Of course,
when I do that, I'm gonna do the next one. The one person I know I can always be myself with is you.
Me?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I definitely think that I can be myself around you.
Yeah, we feel comfortable, girl.
We do, girl. Number 14. When negative self-talk is filling my head, I reset by. I always go also to the bad news in the world. Like, I'm like, damn. Or like, I analyze, like, you know, people really are in worse conditions than I could potentially be, and I'm like, yeah, I should be more thankful about my life. Number 15. The best place of advice my therapist has given me is, I don't think this was my therapist, but I think it was a co-worker, and she told me once I was getting bullied at my workstation, and she said, the best thing you can do is take a break away from here and breathe. And I understood what she meant by that. Literally walking away, trying to breathe and analyze my life. Like, you know, that helped me understood that everything that could potentially happen at work, it's all gonna stay at work. And 5 years later, you're potentially not gonna remember it, which is totally fine. Then it says, the TV show I watched to distress is, I want to say RuPaul, but I also really enjoyed as well Superstore. That was really funny.
That was funny.
Very
entertaining.
Relaxing, yeah. It was so relaxing. I'm so sad that it ended already. And recently we got into, whatchamacallit, Naked Attraction. Oh my gosh. That is so distressing. Like, that takes the stress away.
I just kind of colored the outside.
Yes.
Because I don't want to change too much of the actual color.
Yes.
I'm closing the lip liner. Fashionista by Morphe. And you can actually use that anywhere you need to. And I'm going to go in with Leo.
Wow, so it looks very similar. All right. Okay.
It's very purpley.
Very purpley.
Is
weird thing. I don't actually like purple.
I was gonna say, like, are you attracted to purple?
No. Yeah, purple is my sister's favorite. My favorite could be red, black, or probably yellow. But the yellows are not really good for lipsticks. So the next and last question is, my mental health mantra is, I've always followed myself with 2 different mantras. The first one is, do unto others as you would like to be done. And the other one, I always tend to forget the other one. I feel like it's the same thing, like treat each other with respect. I think that I don't recall the other one, but that will be the only one that I can think of as in the moment. Like, treat the other ones as you would like to be treated. And I think I have been successful and committed to doing that now in relationships, even with you. Like, I like to be treated with love. I like to be treated with respect. It doesn't matter if it's my partner, my friend, my mom, anyone. Like,
be kind, treat me right. All right, guys. So not to interrupt Mr. Felipe, again, I'm disappointed over the fact that this says matte and it's just not at all. Does this look matte to you?
No, it looks glossy.
Yeah, it looks like a satin finish.
So it looks like it's matte. Let me see.
It says matte right here in Neo. It's even engraved on the bullet, which I just don't get.
Oh my god, you're right. It says matte 93 Leo lip stories.
I will say it's comfortable on the lips and the color is really beautiful, but the mispromotion for me is just not cute. So I'm not
I have to say, in all fairness, that I chose those two just because I'm a Leo and you're a Taurus.
Girl, she stains. Oh my gosh. Well, now we know. Wow, honey. That's why she's mad. She's gonna stay on your lips.
So yeah, I think I finished all of it, but in all fairness, ever since I started, in the beginning when I started the YouTube channel, I've always been a very positive thinker and a positive outcome, and I always push it to the limits when I say, if you watch a movie, if you read a book or a magazine, I always try to take the most positive platform meanings to you, because in life a lot of people just stay in the same place, in the same position. And like, I myself have seen like friends who I had 10 years ago, they have not moved from, not that it's a bad thing for sure, but from my perspective it has helped me evolve in so many different ways, to the point that I can definitely have a differential when it comes to maybe religion or the government or the lifestyles. Like, I myself don't get involved into those type of, like, I definitely can appreciate how, like, as an example only, like Kim Kardashian, she's a great performer. She when it comes to she has such a beautiful platform, and she's always very positive. She's never talked down to anyone. We've never heard the scandals where she's like mistreating or saying something racist. The other side, like, it's completely opposite. Like, she's always like the kindest person. She looks very humble. I'm pretty sure she has really rough days like anyone else, but and I appreciate that. However, like, I myself, I now have lived with you in my life. I have lived so much that I don't ambition to have a life like that. I ambition to have a wealthy, if that makes any sense, wealthiness in our lives. Like, we look forward and strive for that, like that kind of a healthy relationship, and not to worry about our day-to-day income, because it can definitely be stressful. But it's like, if I go to Rodeo Drive, it's definitely, I'm not gonna feel like fabulous and amazing, and to me it's another mall. Like, if I go to the smallest, we've been to the smallest mall. Like, I remember one time we drove actually over in Indiana. We were looking for like a store. I don't remember what it was. Dillard's, I think it was. And it
looked like an airport. You remember?
Oh my gosh, it was so tiny. But to me, going to the most like expensive mall, for an example,
like Sephora, I think. You think the most expensive? I think it's between either Florida, the Millennium Mall,
oh my gosh, that was beautiful,
or Rodeo Drive. But I think Rodeo definitely takes the crown. It's the most expensive outdoor mall.
But I think and I don't know if you're gonna put Taurus something.
I am. I just don't want to interrupt you. All right, guys. So Taurus here. By the way, packaging is super cute for both of these. I love. Where's Leo? Leo, girl, where you at, girl? Come here, right here. As you guys can see here, it's like very, very cute, very just tribal in the stars. I absolutely love the way this looks. I will say though, I'm not the biggest fan of the cardboard packaging. I will say though, I know I just said I will say though, but I will say, reason why I know they have these types of more recyclable packaging, it's because they're very, very careful. Like a lot of their products don't come in boxes. They do their best to avoid they do their best to minimize trash. So I absolutely love that about them. Now it says here that Tauruses are reliable, strong, and sensual. Would you say this lipstick describes me or no?
What was the description?
It says it's reliable, strong, and sensual.
Reliable, strong, and sensual?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
You think so?
Yeah.
Alright, okay. Where you going, girl?
I'm gonna take a quick break.
Okay. So, this one's more of like a, I want to say more of like, what do we call you? What do we call you? Let's watch. This is more of like a nude, but it's more of like a latte nude. You guys can see it right here. Now this one is claiming to be a cream formula. These guys don't have a fragrance whatsoever, and I'm not going to line my lips for this one.
You're not?
No, honey, I'm rebelling.
I wonder how the Taurus applies with the gloss that we liked on top of it.
What gloss?
It's the Bar Collection one. The S27.
We couldn't do that because that formula is matte.
So this is glossy.
Yeah, this is a
But I
cream.
thought it said it was matte.
No, the Leo's a matte.
Oh, so this is a glossy.
Leo's deceiving, honey.
Nice. It is definitely deceiving. And this one, what it says?
This is just cream. Feels really beautiful on the lips.
It's not the best one for the look.
You don't like Leo? I mean Taurus?
Excuse me, I like Leo. But I also love Taurus. And I think it's the best. I feel like maybe... Let me see. Oh, it's beautiful. It feels a little bit nude, but it also feels a little bit more super cool to the point that I just don't enjoy it.
It's almost like a bear brown, right?
It
like
is
a cool
a
bear brown.
It's almost like a cool Winnie Pooh brown.
Or like a yogi. I will say that I can see why they chose this, because like every time I think of Tauruses, I either think of a brown bull or I think of Earth, because we're
Oh, okay.
Earth signs.
So what am I? I'm also an Earth sign.
Are you?
I think so.
Google it up right now, girl.
No, girl. Let me know in the
here.
comments down below.
Right
What
now.
do you think? I'm actually busy right here right now.
Okay.
Alright.
I will say I prefer the cream formula. Very beautiful. Feels so nourishing on the lips. Very nice. Very pigmented. I mean, overall, would you say this has been an amazing lip haul from the Sephora collection?
Aside from the two horoscopes, yes.
You didn't like the horoscopes?
No. I didn't like the Deceiving Leo and the super glossy pinkity drinkity.
I like
horse.
it.
It's just cool. Is she amazing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What do you think? I think it hides my dryness really well.
It does.
It feels nice and comfortable. Like you don't feel it on your lips.
I can definitely feel it right here, right now.
What do you guys think? Leave the comment down below. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Girl, I'm telling you, we're taking off, honey. You better be on here before we take off and there's no more space. Low-key between you and me, we'll always make an exception for the space. I'm just saying. But if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. We would love to have you be part of the Dufay family, where you can see us try and talk more of this craziness. And girl, binge watch. It's a thing. I will catch you on the next one. Bye.